prehistoric creatures provide a fascinating glimpse into Earth's distant past, revealing unimaginable biodiversity and unique behaviors shaped by millions of years of evolution. From giant marine reptiles to mysterious giant arthropods, each of these creatures occupied a specific ecological niche, molded by evolutionary forces to become formidable predators or specialized herbivores. In this list, we explore remarkable beings that inhabited our planet as far back as the Devonian, hundreds of millions of years ago, to the Miocene, a much more recent period. Their unique adaptations, impressive sizes, and ecological roles make these prehistoric animals subjects of fascination for scientists and enthusiasts alike. Number 1. Helicoprion is a fascinating prehistoric marine creature that lived approximately 290 million years ago during the Permian period. This cartilaginous fish, a distant ancestor of modern sharks, is known primarily for its unique spiral-shaped jaw structure, often referred to as a saw. The dental spiral, filled with sharp teeth, has no equivalent in any living creatures today, initially causing much confusion among scientists regarding its function and appearance. Helicoprion's teeth grew along the spiral, with the older teeth being pushed toward the center as new teeth grew on the outer edge. The fossils of this dental spiral are, in fact, the only well-preserved remains of this animal, as its skeleton was made of cartilage, which doesn't fossilize well. Based on these fossils, it's speculated that Helicoprion had a diet that included soft-bodied marine creatures, such as squid and ammonites, which it could easily cut and crush with its spiral jaw. It may have fed by sucking its prey into its mouth and then using its saw-like jaw to tear through their shells. Number 2. Platodon was a peculiar herbivorous mammal that lived between 15 and 4 million years ago during the Miocene. It belonged to the family of gomphotheres, distant relatives of modern elephants, and had a distinctive appearance that set it apart from other similar creatures. The most notable feature of Platodon was its pair of lower tusks, which were wide and flat, forming a shovel-like structure at the front of its jaw. It is believed that Platodon used these tusks as a multi-purpose tool. It employed them to cut plants, scrape tree bark, and dig up roots and other food sources from the ground. While these tusks might seem inefficient for defense, Platodon had a robust, muscular body that helped it survive in harsh environments and compete for resources with other large herbivores. Its habitat included swampy regions and forests, where it could find abundant vegetation. This herbivorous diet likely consisted of grasses, leaves, and small shrubs. Platodon also had a short trunk, similar to modern elephants, which it used to grasp food. Androsaurus is Number 3. Often described as the largest terrestrial carnivorous mammal ever known, living about 45 million years ago during the Eocene. First discovered in Mongolia, this impressive predator was named after explorer Roy Chapman Andrews, who led the expedition in which its fossils were found. Based on the single fossilized skull discovered, Androsaurus had an enormous skull, measuring about 1 meter in length, with incredibly powerful jaws and large, sharp teeth. It is estimated that the entire animal was about the size of a modern horse, with long legs and a robust body. Its strong jaws suggest that it was an opportunistic predator, capable of crushing bones and hunting large prey, while also scavenging carcasses when necessary. There is ongoing debate among paleontologists regarding the precise classification of Androsaurus, but it was likely a member of the Mesonychids, a group of primitive carnivorous mammals with hooves that eventually gave rise to cetaceans like whales and dolphins. Androsaurus inhabited coastal plains and forested areas, where it could hunt large herbivores and dominate its ecosystem. Number 4. The Triassic Kraken is a hypothesis based on the discovery of fossils of ichthyosaurs, large marine reptiles, arranged in a peculiar and seemingly intentional way. These fossils were found in rock formations dating back to the Triassic period, around 200 million years ago. Some scientists have suggested that this curious arrangement of bones may have been caused by a giant cephalopod, a predator similar to a squid or octopus, with the ability to manipulate and store the bones of its prey. Although there are no direct fossils of such a creature, the Triassic Kraken theory suggests that this being possessed remarkable intelligence and hunting skills, enabling it to capture and dismember large marine reptiles like ichthyosaurs. This theory remains highly speculative and controversial among scientists, but it raises fascinating questions about the behavior of ancient predators in the primitive seas. Number 5. Mosasaurus is one of the largest and most feared marine predators that lived during the late Cretaceous period, around 70 million years ago. It was part of a group of marine reptiles called Mosasaurs, which were distant relatives of snakes and lizards. Mosasaurus could reach up to 18 meters in length, with a long, streamlined body ideal for fast hunting in open seas. Equipped with powerful jaws and dozens of sharp teeth, Mosasaurus was an apex predator, capable of devouring a wide variety of prey, including fish, sharks, sea turtles, and even other marine reptiles. Its ability to swim quickly, combined with its lethal strength, made it one of the most formidable creatures of its time. Number 6. Phobaramys pattersoni was the largest rodent ever known, living approximately 8 million years ago during the Miocene in South America. About the size of a modern cow, it could weigh up to 700 kilograms and measure around 3 meters in length, making it significantly larger than any rodent alive today. This giant rodent inhabited areas near rivers, swamps, and lakes, places that provided abundant aquatic and terrestrial vegetation, its primary source of food. Its anatomical adaptations indicate that Phobaramys was a specialized herbivore. Its large, sharp incisors were used to cut through tough plant material, while its molars were adapted to grind fibrous vegetation. Though large and heavy, Phobaramys pattersoni was likely preyed upon by large predators of the time, such as giant crocodiles like Pyrosaurus and terror birds. Its robust structure, however, suggests it had some passive defenses, such as retreating to swampy areas where its size would give it an advantage in difficult terrain. Despite its large size, Phobaramys was a relatively peaceful animal, living in groups and grazing on plant resources along water bodies. The discovery of its fossils in Venezuela has raised interesting questions about the evolution of giant rodents, particularly in isolated environments like South America, which during the Miocene had a distinct and specialized fauna. Number 7. Arthropoda was a giant arthropod that lived during the Carboniferous period, approximately 300 million years ago. This ancient invertebrate could grow up to 2.6 meters in length, making it one of the largest terrestrial arthropods ever known. It belonged to the group of millipedes, with a segmented body and dozens of pairs of legs. Though its size might suggest a predator, Arthropoda was likely an herbivore or detritivore, feeding on decaying plant material and fallen leaves. One of the reasons for its enormous size was the high atmospheric oxygen levels during the Carboniferous, which allowed terrestrial invertebrates to grow much larger than we see today. Arthropoda lived in dense, swampy forests, where lush vegetation provided a plentiful food source and places to hide from predators. Its large, rigid exoskeleton protected it from attacks by other animals, such as the giant amphibians that lived during the same period. Despite its impressive size, Arthropoda was not an aggressive creature, leading a relatively peaceful life dedicated to feeding and surviving in the moist, forested ecosystem of the Carboniferous. However, climate changes and the reduction in oxygen levels over time contributed to the extinction of these giant invertebrates. Number 8. Galopus is considered one of the largest marine scorpions ever discovered, living during the Devonian period around 390 million years ago. Measuring up to 2.5 meters in length, this aquatic predator was part of a group known as Eurypterids, often referred to as sea scorpions. Though they are not directly related to modern scorpions, these giant aquatic creatures had segmented bodies and were equipped with large, powerful pincers at the front, used to capture their prey, which included small fish and other aquatic invertebrates. Galopus was an efficient hunter, using its keen vision and swimming speed to ambush smaller prey in rivers and coastal seas. In addition to its powerful pincers, it had a long tail that may have been used for balance while swimming. Though it was a feared predator in its environment, Galopus was not immune to threats. It competed for resources with other large predators of the time, and changes in water levels and aquatic ecosystems over time likely contributed to its extinction. Fossils of Galopus, primarily found in Germany, reveal much about the diversity of life in the aquatic environment during the Devonian. Number 9. Dunleistus was a giant placoderm fish that lived during the Devonian period, around 358 million years ago. Measuring up to 10 meters in length and weighing up to 4 tons, it was one of the largest marine predators of its time. Its most notable feature was the bony armor that covered its head in front of the body, protecting it during combat with other creatures and predators. Dunleistus had incredibly powerful jaws capable of generating immense bite force. Instead of true teeth, it had sharp bony blades that functioned like a pair of scissors, able to cut and crush prey with ease. This predator fed on a wide variety of marine creatures, including other fish, ammonites, and even primitive sharks. Its ability to rapidly open its mouth created a vacuum that sucked prey into its jaws, making it even more efficient as a hunter. Dunleistus was the apex predator of the Devonian seas, and its size and strength made it virtually invincible in its ecosystem. However, like many placoderms, it became extinct at the end of the Devonian, likely due to significant climate changes and mass extinctions. Number 10. Terror birds, belonging to the family Phorusrhacidae, were a group of giant carnivorous birds that lived in South America between 62 and 2 million years ago. They stood out for their large size, reaching up to 3 meters in height, and for their predatory traits, which placed them at the top of the food chain. Their beaks were incredibly strong and sharp, capable of delivering lethal blows to medium-sized prey, such as small mammals. These birds were agile and fast, with strong legs that allowed them to run at great speeds to chase down and capture prey. Though they were flightless, their strength and aggressiveness compensated for this limitation. Terror birds dominated South American ecosystems until the arrival of large mammalian predators from North America after the formation of the Isthmus of Panama. The extinction of terror birds is linked to competition with these new predators and changes in ecosystems, which reduced the available food sources for these giant terrestrial predators. Nonetheless, for millions of years, they were the undisputed rulers of the environments they inhabited. The prehistoric creatures presented here showcase the incredible power of evolution and adaptation over millions of years. From the bizarre Helicoprion with its spiral jaw to the terrifying Dunleistus with its bony armor and sharp jaws, these animals shaped their ecosystems and influenced the fauna that followed. Though many of these species have long since vanished, their stories of survival and extinction continue to offer valuable lessons about the natural processes that shape the modern world. Studying their fossils and reconstructing their lives not only helps us understand the past but also provides crucial insights into life on Earth today and in the future.